Hey everybody, how are you guys doing today? Hope you're doing well. Uh, Let me just do this real quick. All right, there's the thumbnail. Boom. All right, so as you can see, Splatter has joined me, and Panda and Daisy are in the back. Hey Daisy. See? That tail, man. She wags that tail like a mother. Anyways, this will be the 16th podcast of this variety. I have done other podcasts, but I have settled on this one for the moment. Now, I would like to start things out with a positive, right? So the best way to do that is by sharing a story. Boom. This kid has turned old tires into cozy beds in Brazil. I suppose they're cozy, at least for dogs and cats they are. Right? The shitty thing about tires is they're hard to recycle, I guess, and it really sucks when you burn them. Man, bad for everything. So, he cuts the radials out, paints them, throws some pillows in them, and bam. Caminhas pets. And they're handcrafted.
They look really good. They look well made.
And he gives a lot to animals in need. I like it. You can obviously get them customized with your animal's name. Pretty cool stuff. And I gotta say, I am a fan of this planet not ending at the moment. And there's a lot of climate extremists and climate terrorists out there that are like, whoa, by the year 1998, the world will be flooded because of global warming. Well, that didn't happen. If you went to any national parks in the during Obama's presidency, they all had signs that said by 2020 there will be no glaciers left. But don't let people say climate change is not real. It is. Being good to the environment is a good thing. Just people need to calm down. Support things like this. That's great. Also, those damn plastic rings that come on the soda. Please, just do me a favor and break them up before you throw them away. You know, if you got kids, give them to the kids and see if they can pull them apart. It really does suck when they kill birds. All right? That's all I'm saying.
And seals and all kinds of animals.
Yeah, but especially birds. It sucks most when it's birds. Ugh. But yeah, what do you think about the kid making beds for dogs in need, dogs and cats?
Well, I mean, I think it's really good. It's creative. It's getting rid of the trash, the tons and tons of trash that we use now as, not really American society, but as the world, we have a lot of waste. And so this is, in a way, recycling something that's toxic. It's, I'm guessing, toxic to make and sort of bad for the environment. And it's a nice little product for your animals, like Daisy. Have a bed. And I think it's a way to start a business.
Yeah.
It's a way to start a business for a wide audience of people.
Speaking of old tires, former President Obama did something pretty awesome. The United States Army got rid of all the mulch and stuff that they used for the sand pits that people use for fighting and their sparring and combat stuff. They replaced them with, they shredded used tires, and every army base is now, every little jungle gym and all that stuff, they got used tires that have been cleaned, of course, as the bedding. And man, you take a fall off the monkey bars, you're landing on rubber. Pretty good stuff. Also, you can use it to coat the track at high schools for track and field. So a little easier on the knees, a little better traction, and it kind of looks cool. So, hey, let's find cool ways to fucking get rid of old tires other than burning them.
Hey, Alan.
Alan B. Hey, you guys. I don't think she's seen Goonies, but hey, you guys. Hey, you guys. Now, as you know, I love to read my horribly boring articles that I write up. That should be videos of their own, but I just like to read them on my podcast. It's better than talking politics. Well, it's safer than talking politics. How's that?
Right.
So, do you know what a dowsing rod is? Now, it's gone the way of the VCR and the dodo bird. You don't really see them out so much. But older folks used to have these things called dowsing rods. It's a fucking stick, like a forked stick, like two branches and a fucking thing, and you hold it and you walk around and you find water. Yeah. See, dowsing is loosely defined as the ability to detect flowing underground water without using the expected tools, such as a shovel or ground-penetrating radar or, a map from the water company. Because, man, you dig into their pipes and, woo, they get pissy. No, people use this method, not as much as they used to, but they fucking swear by it. And they swear by it. Whereas other people might swear about it. Now, I actually know a gentleman who says he can douse. Is douse the present tense verb of dowsing? I don't know.
Doused.
But he swears by it. And you know what? I kind of believe him. But I can explain that in a bit. So, dowsing in its most common form, you get a rod, a stick. Now, people freak out about what type of tree they come from and whether they have to be shaved or not shaved, whether if sanding them changes the magical properties or not. Yes. But you get either Y-shaped or L-shaped, right? Now, a Y-shape, right, the one I'm familiar with, grab the fucking branches with each hand and then it sticks out like that, obviously. And you stick it in front of you and you walk around until when you come over water, the rod will be pulled to it. It will dip. You'll feel it. You'll just feel it in your... And then other people, now these are the crazy people. They use L-shaped rods, right? So you get two of them, right? Like this, like fucking handlebars. And when you walk over water, they'll start to come together. Those people are crazy. It's obviously the Y-shaped sticks that dip down. The other people are just crazy.
Right.
Maybe. So, does it work? Do you think it works?
I drink from a hose.
There you go. I mean, yeah. Now, Splatter does drink spring water. Whereas I don't give spring water to my animals. It's not clean. I like distilled or purified water. So we might not be the best people to ask about using magical fucking sticks to find water. But now, as I said, motherfuckers truly believe this. And I know a believable person who swears they can do it. And I actually think they can. Now,
his name is Jesus. Jesus?
Well, Jesus, but, you know. Now, is it profitable? People around Appalachia currently will drop about $50 for a dowsing rod, right? And now, of course, if you really want the money, you don't go dowsing for water. Water is fairly available. Hell, it falls from the sky in many places outside of the desert. Now, if you can find gold, yep, that's right. Back in the days of the gold miners, you fucking use a magic stick to find the gold. They also use pendulums, bobbers, all good magic power involves gold. If not, why would people bother with it? But anyways, what matters is, does dowsing work? Maybe, maybe not. If someone is asking you to give them money to douse for them, I wouldn't pay it. Now, see, here's where I stand on the dowsing, right? See, if you stray too far in any direction from the somewhat plausible and understandable core of dowsing, you start finding yourself in serious literature, littered with terms like geomancy and labyrinths, ley lines, feng shui, and it goes on and on. Like, if you arrange your furniture this way, then you'll have a boner for longer, right? And this is how it is with everything. Keep it simple, and it can be plausible. So my buddy that I truly believe can douse. How would I possibly believe that? It's anti-science, right?
I guess.
Well, this dude is in his early 70s. He has spent his entire life out in nature. He's a hunter. He's a fisher. He's into animal husbandry. Not quite a farmer, but an outdoorsman. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that motherfucker can find water. Now, is it magic? No. I think holding the stick allows him to focus on something and allows his subconscious and his common sense and his gut feelings to take over. It's what I think. And that makes sense to me. I've got this little puzzle piece where you got to like adjust. Basically, it's a metal like star stuck inside a little cage, and you can wiggle it out if it go a certain way. Now I can get it out, but if I start watching TV or if I start talking to someone and stop paying attention, I get it out quicker and easier because I'm not thinking about it. I just do it. That's my stance on dowsing. I think it can work because it's holding some shit in your hand so you don't think about it. You just do it. It's like, do you ever play baseball? Well, I can sit there and teach you all day how to hit. And it might work. But man, there's some bastards. Just throw the ball at them. And they just react and hit. They just naturally can hit. The more you try to teach them, the worse they get. I think. What do you guys think about dowsing? Let me know in the comment section. Do you believe in dowsing the way I portrayed it? Or are you an actual dowser? Do you know the magical arts of geomancy?
Feng Shui.
If you know feng shui,
Give him a call. He owes me $20.
yeah. Now, if you know feng shui, you need to go to a stupid place like California where people are gullible and get paid shit tons of money to fucking move their furniture around and be like, hey, give me $8,000 and I will fucking move your couch so your boner works better. And no, I'm not making that up. You know what we forgot?
What?
We forgot to do the intro. Wendy social credits. I know. I guess it would be silly to not bring up a couple pieces of news. Kyle Rittenhouse was found innocent. And there's a lot of angry people.
Of course.
In all fairness, I truly believe that most of the truly angry, pissed off people did not watch the trial. And if they did, they would not be as emotionally upset. I think a lot of people that were super hardcore in favor of Kyle Rittenhouse didn't watch the trial either. I think there's some nuance there, and I believe the jury was right. I believe he was over prosecuted, and I believe it was a bad situation.
He is suing MSNBC and the media because they shamed him or they lied about some of the things that he did.
Even after the trial, ESPN was talking about he took a weapon across state lines and killed black people. Neither of those are true. He did not take the weapon across state lines. He was legally able to carry the weapon. They also, ESPN said it was an AK-47. It's like, no, you're wrong on the type of weapon. You're wrong on it being carried across state lines. You're wrong about the victims. Like,
it was it a shotgun AR-15?
Yeah, it was an AR-15 long barrel.
Not an AK-47.
Right.
I can show you, if I showed those two guns to a 10-year-old, and I show the 10-year-old, say, which one's an A? Because kids at 10 years old now play Call of Duty because their parents don't care about them. If I show them the difference between an AK-47 and an AR-15, they could tell you the difference. But you telling me a 40, 50, 45, 50-year-old man cannot tell the difference between or cannot confirm whether it is an AR-15 or isn't? You would think they would be able to know.
Right.
So, that's a little sad. They need to know what they're talking about before they bitch about it on their show.
I don't want to see anyone getting shamed for their take on the trial or the verdict. Although I don't mind seeing people getting shamed for speaking out on a topic they know nothing about. Hey, in French League One, Saint Etienne, Les Verts, how do you think their chances are for the season this year in soccer?
I've heard some good things. I've heard good things.
basically, it's okay to be like, fuck, I don't know. Olive Verde, isn't that like Green Street? No, it's means go green. Saint Etienne, it's my soccer. Anyways, it's a very obscure thing no one gives a shit about outside of that audience. So
It was the dastardly French.
this being a hot button topic, everyone wants to jump in on it, but geez, learn something first. So we just watched a movie earlier and recorded a movie review.
Yeah.
It's going to be on Splatter's channel.
Yes.
I will be sure to throw a link in the description or in the pinned comment. It should be up in a few days. Also, the black eye, I don't know where it came from. I truly don't know.
What
And-
black guy?
Right? And I was sober when it happened. Like, oh, I was asleep when it happened. Maybe Daisy fucking, like, punched me or something. I don't know. Like, maybe she just got tired of the way I toss and turn and just went. Maybe. Either that or Splatter was just like, motherfucker snoring way too loud and just came in and popped me.
Oh, maybe.
But we did watch a movie that we did not do a review on that we might want to discuss a little bit here now. I mean, we may do a review on it, but we can still talk about it on the stream first.
Ghostbusters Afterlife. The new Ghostbusters sequel,
Yeah.
I guess.
Ghostbusters 3?
Ghostbusters 4.
3.
3? It's the 2016 one, isn't it?
It's a different
The
universe.
fourth Ghostbusters movie, I believe it takes place right after the first Ghostbusters. I don't think the second one's canon anymore.
No, the second one's canon.
Is it?
Yeah, this is Ghostbusters 3. Ghostbusters 3, some people argue Ghostbusters 3 was the video game. And then after the video game is when the events happened. When that's like Ghostbusters Go to Hell or something. Dan Aykroyd wrote the script for Ghostbusters 3. Bill Murray refused to do it. So they eventually turn it into a video game. That's quite good.
We should play it.
But I don't think the video game's canon because in the video game, they make franchises. Like every city gets their own group of Ghostbusters and Winston becomes the CEO. So, like, yeah. In this movie, the Ghostbusters aren't, a big corporation. So I don't think it's canon. So I believe this is Ghostbusters 3.
Right.
And yeah, they do mention the Statue of Liberty in the movie. So
I guess I must have missed.
So yeah,
Yes, I
that
must
makes
have forgot that.
2 canon.
But yeah, Ghostbusters. It's about a family of Egon. Egon has passed away, and the family goes to his farm.
Wait. Let me go ahead and say, spoiler warning. Right? That's all that stuff was clearly in the trailer, but I will give spoilers. Splatter may or may not, but I will give spoilers. So, while there's trigger warning up on the screen, we'll be talking about Ghostbusters.
It's in effect.
Sorry, I cut you off. You were just saying Egon's family.
Egon's family. Egon dies, which is, it's in the trailer, so that's nothing like or whatever. But Egon dies. The family goes to Oklahoma, where the his farm is, and the mom and the family are kind of
Carrie Coon, I believe,
Carrie Coon
is the actress's name. I could be wrong.
Melissa, what was the little girl's name?
Mackenzie Thomas, maybe.
Mackenzie.
She's so good. That little girl Uh, McKenna Grace.
McKenna Grace, yeah.
Wow, she's awesome.
Yeah, Carrie Coon, the mom, McKenna Grace, and Finn Wolfhard. They go to Oklahoma to live at their estranged grandpa's farm that they didn't know they had, or they knew they had, but didn't really see very much. And the mom is she's a little short on money. They have financial troubles, and so they move out in the middle of nowhere in this little, you know, this little cow town. And when they get there, some strange happenings are going on, earthquakes and such, and strange strange things. And the people in the town didn't really know who the grandfather was.
They called him Dirt Farmer.
Dirt Farmer.
What do you think of the special effects?
I would say it is definitely better than the 2016 Ghostbusters effects. They actually used, I believe, animation. I'm not sure if it's stop motion animation or not 2D animation.
I don't believe it was stop motion animation. I believe it was kind of like in Star Trek, The Next Generation. They took a glass of water, put fucking sprinkles in it, or sparkles, or glitter, or whatever, and twirled it with a fucking straw, and then used that. They cut that image out and implanted it on the screen. Years before green screens, right? They used that sort of practical technology and puppets and CGI and stop motion in certain parts.
And the effects do not look the ghost effects do not look bad. They are on par with the original ones. Definitely, there are some CG aspects, but they do use puppets in there. They do use for the goat dog. I'm not exactly sure what those dogs are called. The hellhounds.
Yeah.
The Gozer hellhounds. They use puppets. They have CG for when they're like in motion, but when they're interacting with a physical object, they are puppets and everything, and it shows on screen. But yeah, the effects with the proton packs, looks good. I'm not exactly sure how they looked in the 2016 one, but it does. It is a little bit cooler. I would say it is kind of the.
The proton packs are treated with some reverence. They're not just, all right, crazy chick made some proton packs and now let's use it as a gag for Melissa McCarthy to do physical comedy. I love Melissa McCarthy.
She's overrated.
She's a great writer. The cast of the 2016 are all talented comedians. Leslie Jones is the least talented of the bunch, but that's just because she's abrasive.
I think Kristen Wiig's character should have been the Target lady. Like Target. I go to Target. I like my jab. I don't know. I think it would have been funny if they would have had different. Somebody needs to recreate the 2016 Ghostbusters, but with famous characters played by SNL comedians. So she would be the Target lady. Kate McKinnon would be the Hillary Clinton, and Melissa McCarthy would be Melissa McCarthy, and then Leslie Jones would be black. I guess I don't know what she's famous for on that show.
Being loud and abrasive.
Obnoxious.
No, I would. Yeah, I just try to forget 2016. Complaints about the movie.
Not very many complaints. I wish they would have got a different actor to play Gozer.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I wish they would have somebody who looked like, because Gozer was a white woman in the first one. I wish they got somebody who looked closer to what she looked like in the first movie.
I disagree with you on that. No, I mean, I understand what you mean, but I think Olivia Wilde.
She goes from being a petite white girl to being Asian.
No, Olivia Wilde's not Asian. She's she's got a little bit of Native American in her, and that gives her a little bit of the eye thing.
Yeah, she got the.
But yeah, Olivia Wilde naked is always a good thing. Not that she's like naked, but if you've seen the original, she's like soap suds and stuff. Anyways,
that would be my only complaint. It's not really a complaint. It's more of a
right.
nitpick. It's just like, I wish they would have got somebody who looks closer to Gozer than they got her. Like,
I get you.
But that would be my only complaint. Paul Rudd was actually pretty funny in this movie. He was quirky and fun, and he kind of plays that kind of awkward dad type who knows about the Ghostbusters, and the kids are trying to figure out what the thing is all about and everything. And he kind of plays this teacher who's reluctantly to be a teacher.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like they in the scene where he's the teaching, he plays Cujo.
Yeah.
For the kids to watch at a school movie. They play Cujo, so.
Hey, cute goth girl. I gotta say, Finn Wolfhard played a whiny, annoying, bitchy 15-year-old boy.
He's my age. He's a little bit older than I am.
Oh no, I mean not that. That's not the complaint.
But he doesn't look 15 though.
Yeah, he does.
He's not 15 in that movie though.
Yeah, the character's 15.
He's 15 in the movie, but he's not 15 when making that movie.
Right.
That's like Tobey Maguire saying
he's like
18,
he's like 17 to 18 while filming the movie. But yeah, he plays an angsty, annoying, bratty teenage boy. And while that makes him not so likable, it's pretty accurate. And it does allow him to be endearing towards the end. When he is endearing, then it's like, all right. But he's not the star. He doesn't get nearly as much screen time as you would think, even though he gets top billing.
Does he?
Yeah.
Does. I guess he does. He is, I would say,
a bigger star.
He is a bigger star than the other two, I believe. Paul Rudd, he's...
Well, as far as the kids go, he gets top billing.
Yeah, of course. This other girl, she plays 12 in the movie, but this 14-year-old girl, she's pretty good. And I think you even said that she has the same mannerisms and the same timing as Egon did. And
she's not copying Harold Ramis, but she clearly put in time and watched him and picked up some of his mannerisms. Like, she is Egon. She's Egon's kid, right? I mean, grandkid, but still, she's Egon's kid. Like, she nails it. I absolutely love this kid. She is awesome. And I know, Ghostbusters with kids. Sounds dumb, sounds annoying.
But it's not, actually.
No.
There is another fun character, and he's not really a Ghostbuster, perhaps, but he is kind of makes friends with this girl character. I think we forget the name. What was the name of the girl? Jessie? Not Jessie.
Oh, wait. McKenna Grace? She's Phoebe.
Phoebe, thank you.
And I think, are you talking about podcast?
Yeah, podcast. Logan Kim is his name. He looks way younger. Maybe it's just he's 12, but he's actually 12, but he looks way younger than her.
Yeah.
How old is he?
I'm
sorry.
The Princess Bride. What the fuck? They remade Princess Bride?
What?
Man,
Hold on. Wait a minute.
You know what? A whole different fucking topic, but yeah.
Wait a minute. How old is he? Look at it.
It doesn't say.
It would be going to...
It doesn't say. There's his whole fucking bio.
Wouldn't he have
that is IMDb.
I know, not IMDb, but like, wouldn't he have a Wikipedia or anything like that?
I gotta Google it. Or Bing it.
Born in 2006.
Okay, so he's 13.
No, 2008. 13. So he's a 13-year-old boy. and he has a pretty fun character. He plays in if you were to put the kids characters in the place of the original Ghostbusters, he would be the Ray
Yes,
of the Ghostbusters.
because he's kind of awkward but naive, and yeah,
And he has that comedic.
he's kind of the butt of the joke, but he doesn't know it.
Right.
Yeah.
But he is
Good call. Yeah, he's Ray.
Yeah, he would be the Ray. Of course, McKenna Grace would be the Egon of the group. Finn Wolfhard, I would say he is a bit of a not really a doubter of he's not really a doubter of it. I would say I would place him in the
by default.
I don't know. I would say either Winston or Venkman.
By default,
I guess you would put the black actress. I don't want to put her as the Winston character. I feel like that would.
No. She is clearly the Bill Murray. She's the Venkman. She is funny. She has biting comedy. She's sarcastic. She's from the beginning, from the time she steps on camera, she is a sarcastic smartass and mercilessly fucking makes fun of everybody else, but in a way that's not mean. It's
look what she said.
Oh wow. Thank you so very much. That is the nicest thing. You are super awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know. I would say now you know her. The what's her name? Celeste O'Connor? Really? Celeste O'Connor.
Oh no, different actress. I thought it was somebody. Actually, I thought it was somebody different. Was she in Freaky? I didn't know. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Oh, she plays. She was that girl's the main. She plays Nyla in Freaky. She's the main actress's friend in there. That's another fun movie we should watch.
Yes.
Is that but no, she was a pretty cool actress. She was on point with the comedy. I guess you would put her in the Venkman character. If you were to recast the Ghostbusters as the kids,
she is,
and I think he would fall as the Winston character.
She is very pretty. A kid.
That sounds.
So
no, she's not. She was born in '98.
Yeah, she's like 23. So
she was born in Kenya.
Like a kid. She's a Kenyan actress with great comedic timing, very charismatic, very charming, and very pretty. It does not feel, I hate to say this, but it does appear at times that they will let me throw in a black chick, let me throw in a Mexican dude, let me throw in a transgender person, let me throw one of everything in so we have diversity. And yeah, I can see that. It is a very diverse cast. Of the main four, of the four Ghostbusters, kids.
You have two girls, two boys, one's Asian, one's black.
Yeah, you got boys and girls evenly mixed. You got Asian, black, and two white kids. And that's pretty cool. And they got Hispanic friends in school, and right, like,
which that was I wouldn't say at times. I would say at times it is kind of funny the way they interact with this kid. The people, when he meets this girl, she does work at a restaurant. She works with a bunch of guys and stuff like that. And instead of being like, "Hey, stay away from her" and all this stuff,
right?
They're like, "Sorry."
Oh no, you're good.
They're kind of making fun of him, but it's in a playful sense. Like, it's not really, I would say endearing, but they're making fun of him. They're not beating the shit out of him or anything like that.
They're shit talking. They're playing around.
Kids.
Yeah.
They're kids. I say they're kids.
No, I mean, yeah.
They're kids. You know what I mean? They're stupid, and they're making fun of this kid because he's trying to hit on this girl and he's nervous, and it's just one of those things.
It's endearing.
Yeah. And I'm glad they didn't do the whole unnecessary bully thing.
Yeah.
When I first saw that, I was like, "Oh my god!" I was thinking in the theater, I was like, "Please don't do like the. He's gonna be like, that's my girl."
If you look at screenshots of the cast, of the friends, all the high school kids, you're gonna be like, oh look, went out of the way to be diverse. And you know what? They probably did. But you're never beat over the head with it.
Right.
There's no tokens, right? It's not, she's the black chick. No.
And she doesn't act like the black. That sounds racist.
Right. She doesn't act like a stereotype. She's a fucking badass, or she's a smart ass, fucking cool chick that boys got a crush on. And that's all she needs to be. You got the funny, nerdy, awkward Asian kid his race doesn't matter. There's never well, I'm a girl, or I'm black, or I'm gay. Like, no, these are characters. They're real people. They treat them like real people.
Right.
And everything else is just adjectives to describe a real character.
I'm glad it wasn't a girl power movie. It's like, I'm a female, or you're a girl. You can't take care of it. It never felt like that. Or y'all are kids. Y'all don't know what you're doing. I mean, yeah, there's never like, there's like, oh, you're kids. You don't know what you're talking about.
You got the badass single mom, right?
She was pretty funny too.
Like, I know she's got her issues, she's got her flaws, but she's a good fucking strong female character without ever shitting on men.
Right. I mean, I'm gonna say she does. She just said that he wasn't present.
I'm not saying she doesn't shit on a man.
She shits on, yeah,
she's not a victim. Right? Phoebe McKenna Grace, she is just holy shitballs. Great. And never the victim. It's never, I'm a girl, so I can't. No. It's not even a question. Nah, motherfucker, I'm gonna do it.
Right. And like I said, the Paul Rudd character, he's fun, and when they start, she actually talks about, because she's really smart herself. She knows about, she's very scientific. She's very good with science and everything like that, and talking about seismic activity and everything like that, and these maps and stuff. And even he's not like,
he starts out like, this is a map. Yeah. Well, it's a seismic map. Yeah, I know. Now, what are these like? And he's like, holy shit, you're really smart.
Right.
Awesome. All right, I'm going to talk to you like an equal now, and I'm really excited. There was no, but you're a girl, or but you're a kid. It was instantly just, you're awesome.
Right.
Let's fucking engage in something awesome.
He is a bit quirky in the sense.
Yeah.
Just like the podcast character. You know what I mean? He's kind of like, when she tells him who she is, he's like, the scene where they're walking up to her house or whatever, and he pulls out his phone and she's like, are you recording me? He goes, yeah, I'm just seeing you walk to your death or whatever. And he's holding the phone up while she's walking up to her house and everything. It's quirky stuff like that. It's kind of funny, but it's not like,
there's only one cool character of the kids. There's only one that's cool.
It's the girl.
It's the girl of the original Ghostbusters. There's only one that's cool.
So you talking about Sigourney Weaver? Or I'm confused.
No.
Of the original Ghostbusters.
Of the original, the only cool one is Venkman. Now, Winston comes along, and Winston's my favorite. Always was my favorite. Still is. I know everyone's like, Bill Murray is... No. Winston was the fucking man. They don't talk about it, but Winston is a veteran. See, Winston was in the army, right? He went to war. He went through some shit. And, he's just trying to make his way. He had a lot of doubt about himself. And Ghostbusters, when he walks in, he's at a low point. He's like, as many veterans when they get out of the military, it's a low point. You don't know what to do. you're in an alien world. And motherfucker, he jumped into an alien world for sure. Love Winston. Older I get, the more I love Winston.
Right. And the touching scene at the end of the movie. The Ghostbusters do show. Before we talk about that, the Ghostbusters do show up. Bill Murray, you get Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Winston. They all show up at the end of the movie to take on Gozer, which is not a big surprise because it's in the trailer. They bring back the dogs and everything, so having Gozer in the movie is not a surprise. But the scene, they're all trying to take out Gozer and everything, and she's struggling with the proton pack, and a ghostly presence appears, and there is a character, you've seen it in the trailer, the blue thing that comes in the trailer. You think it's that, but it is actually
Egon. They use CGI to bring back Harold Ramey. He does not speak. It is, and because he's a ghost, he's slightly translucent. It looks great. Now, I know a lot of people, it's going to be divisive. I think. Maybe. I don't imagine it will be. A lot of people were like, oh no, you brought Carrie Fisher back for Princess Leia and she's dead. Like, I get it, but it was done in Rogue One with love.
Right. And that was the setup the next movie, which would have been A New Hope. It was not like It was not like having her in the Rise of Skywalker when she was already dead for about 2 years at that point.
Right. But man, so Gozer shows up and fucking the girls, Phoebe's trying to fucking fight Gozer and she can't do it. She's not strong enough. And all of a sudden, hey, Flat Top. It's the 3 living Ghostbusters. They pop in and they're zapping her, right? And then she wallops them, right? Knocks them all down, right? And they're laying there and it's like, oh, fuck. Bill Murray says, oh, I don't remember this hurting so much. And Winston's like, I do. And she's like, no, I'm not going to give up. And she's sitting there trying to zap, right? But it's hard. And all of a sudden, a set of hands is holding it. And as the camera pans out, it's Harold Ramey. It's Egon standing there with his granddaughter, holding the proton pack, holding the gun, helping her steady it. And then the other Ghostbusters, they stand up and they all together, yeah, Egon's not there, but he kind of is, right? Now they're all 4 standing side by side. And everyone, they can now see Egon is. His ghostly presence is holding that. And it's like, it's touching. It's beautiful. Yeah, it's some fan service. But what is wrong with fan service? 30 fucking years of being... Damn. 30 years? Maybe older. Actually, slightly more than 30 years. Shit, 35 years of being fans. And supporting this. And yeah. Was there too much fan service? Some would argue, yes.
In 2024, it'll be 40 years.
Yeah.
Since that movie came out. This came out in 84, right?
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's the fact that the director's son is who's directing it. The only thing there's, 3 things missing?
One of them, and this is not really a minor nitpick, but completely disregard for the movie and the whole part of Ghostbusters that they're missing. Where the fuck is Rick Moranis?
Right?
It's not in the movie. I figured he would be at the end credits or something like that.
He's the only one who doesn't make it. Harold Ramey is dead and still made it. And I know when he lost his wife, he retired. I just think he could have made an exception and come back for this. I think that's a little bit of a sour.
And it's not like he doesn't do anything. He was just in a Mint commercial. The Mint commercial with Ryan Reynolds. He was just in that. Old as hell. But he was in a commercial that's like 15 seconds long. He couldn't be in a 2-minute cameo.
He should have been in it. And Harold Ramey's son, I think Harold Ramey's son should have made an appearance. Maybe he did, and I didn't catch it. But I think he should have been in the movie. I think he should have been in the movie as something. He should have been there.
Right.
I know he's not an actor, he's a director, but damn it. Put him in the movie as the fucking...
Put him as somebody who's showing them the house. They could have had somebody show them the house.
Yeah. Well, no, who they got to show the house was pretty great.
Yeah, they got.
But he could have been her kid.
Ann Potts or something like that.
Yeah, Annie Potts.
Her brother, so they should have.
No, it could have been her. Could have been her kid.
Right.
Right.
Does he look like?
I don't care. Don't care.
Sage was like say that Sage Stallone doesn't look like his dad.
But I mean, just that he should have been in the movie. If he's not, now if he is in the movie, great. But yeah.
J.K. Simmons was in the movie.
No, she wasn't. Oh, J.K. Sorry. I was thinking of J.K. Rowling. Sorry.
J.K. Rowling. Yeah, J.K. Rowling was in the movie.
Yeah, Harold Ramey, what they did with him was... I'm sure people could find it like, but yeah. See, he was in the 2016 Ghostbusters. Daniel was. Was Violet in it? See? Just saying. I wish his kids had been in it. But Ivan Reitman's kid directing was...
And Ivan Reitman's still alive, right?
Yeah. He was very much involved in it. It's just... Yeah, Rick Moranis was missing. I wanted Harold Ramey's kids to be in it. And maybe it was too painful for them. Maybe.
But they did have a nice scene with the movie, and they did say for Harold.
Man.
And they knew doing that. They knew it was gonna. They knew that
there were some fucking there's gonna be a lot of people like, I cried a single manly tear. I did not cry.
He was over there. He was in the seat. He was.
I did this. I honestly thought I was going to cry. It was like I could not yell out or anything or cheer. I had a lump in my throat. Real. Just, oh.
It was, yeah. It was pretty emotional. I saw that. Yeah.
I wish the originals had come back about 10 minutes earlier. I wanted more screen time. But instead, they used the original to be the big surprise at the end.
Which it wasn't going to be a surprise. You knew they were going to be in the movie, but
right.
You didn't know when or what time. But they actually did have a good lead up to that before. We forgot to talk about Dan Aykroyd is in the movie at the Ghostbusters.
Yes.
However, they do call when Phoebe, so you've seen it in the trailer where they're in the trailer where they're in the car, they're going down the road, and she comes out of the car, like, and they say like, oh, there's a door gunner seat or whatever.
Right.
And there's a gunner seat, and then they're chasing the Ghostbuster, the ghost, which I guess is officially called the Muncher.
Yeah.
Cute little caterpillar.
It's
ghost.
Slimer. Slimer should. I know.
No, I don't think they should have done Slimer because they did it in the 2016 one in it.
Yeah, well, fuck the 2016 one. I think in the end credit scene, right? So they have two scenes during the credits. I think the very last fucking thing they should have done, right? Because the first end credit scene is they play the Ghostbusters theme. Woo. All right, fine. And then they do the Sigourney Weaver, Bill Murray scene. Pretty cool. Then they do a Winston scene. Pretty cool. That sets up for sequels.
Mm-hmm. And which I'm actually open to.
I think when they did the Ghostbusters theme, right, they should have had the Ghostbusters logo pop up and then have Slimer just swoop in to fucking start, munching on it, chewing on it, licking it, or whatever, and just that's all I fucking wanted was just that. Because when the Evil Dead remake came out, they had Bruce Campbell pop in a mid-credit scene to go, groovy. That's all I needed. I'm not saying put Slimer in the movie, but yeah, we had to have the Ghostbusters theme. Had to. Put as an end credit scene? Cool. Fine. While you do that, just have Slimer pop out. That's all. Yeah.
Nice. And it's weird. My thing is, they made the ghost, right? And I even told him, I said they had said that the ghost of Slimer was actually inspired by John Belushi,
right?
Because it was a wild and crazy ghost and everything like that. So I sort of said, it's like, so is this new ghost, is this the ghost of John Candy? Because John Candy had died but a little bit after he did. But I mean, the biggest thing is I don't think the old Ghostbusters, should be in any more of the movies. I think that it was already too late for them to be in the 2016 one, even though they don't come in as the Ghostbusters characters,
right?
But they
yeah, you can continue, picture, man. Behind the scenes footage.
Sorry. But yeah, I think they had the Ghostbusters come in as different characters, but they were in the movie, and it's alright. But I just feel like it's already too late for them to do a third Ghostbusters movie with the original cast, because one of them has died and everything, and and the bad thing is, it's backwards.
It's not backwards.
Well, there you have another sticker on the back.
Well, yeah. I got my name back here. Oh. That's where your name tag goes in military headgear.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, I think they should. I would be open for them to do a kids Ghostbusters movie. When they get a little bit older, and everything. Maybe they do Maybe they start a Ghostbusters facility in Oklahoma, and then they have another threat.
Well, I think there's a clear setup for the sequels. But yeah, overall rating for Ghostbusters.
My overall rating, it was good. I think it was way better than the 2016 one by a long shot, and it was emotional and it was fun, and it didn't feel beaten over the head with the "we hate men" or anything like that. And it's a 9 out of 10. The only reason why it doesn't have 10 points is because it doesn't have Tully.
I gotcha. Um, I would say if you are a Ghostbusters fan, like an actual fan who really likes Ghostbusters, the originals and all that, then I'm going to say 8 out of 10. If you've never watched or really cared that much about Ghostbusters, 7 out of 10. Yeah, there's probably too much fan service, but
But the movie doesn't feel like it was made in 2021. It feels sort of timeless in a way.
yeah, it's a great homage. There's probably too much fan service, but that's to make up for the shitty 2016 movie.
Right.
I like it pretty well. Michael, Paranormal Rich. Hello, sir. I am doing good. We were just talking about Ghostbusters, and we were actually just finishing up. I got a fun, positive news story to discuss. Do. Now, dude, are you breaking it?
No.
What the fuck? It's wicker. Dude, you can't just fucking adjust it, man. Like, you can't just, like, bend it. See, it breaks. See? All that stuff comes off. Damn, man. Sorry. Oh, I know. That's what I told you. I'm not complaining. Not being bitchy. Anyways, sorry. So, I was a Boy Scout.
Me too.
I was a Cub Scout. I was a Tiger Scout. And I'm actually wanting to sponsor a an organization similar, one that's boy and girl oriented, that's not religious based.
Scouts of America.
Right.
That's what they should call it. They shouldn't call it the Boy Scouts or the Girl Scouts now.
Well,
they should call it the Scouts.
Girl Scouts is super political, and
and sexualized. You wouldn't believe how many sexy Girl Scout costumes there are. Yeah, it's pretty gross.
No, my problem with Girl Scouts is...
Did you just do this? You're like...
My problem with Girl Scouts is they fucking... They teach ideological stuff when they really should be teaching leadership skills and how to be an adult and how to get along with people. Boy Scouts, while I may disagree with them on some of their political stances, at least they do try to teach leadership skills. Girl Scouts just went full retard. Never go full retard.
I know who I am.
But no, I've been looking at Scout endeavors, after school programs, different things for the community to sponsor with my veterans organization. Because right now, doing T-ball and Little League and Pop Warner is awesome. It's great. I'd like to do more. But yeah. Ellen says that hat looks good on you too, Splatter. First of all, everything looks good on Splatter. Well, except for yellow. Yellow looks good on nobody. But yeah, this 12-year-old uses Boy Scout know-how to rescue a lost couple and an injured dog. People love dogs. I'm not a dog person. Sorry, Daisy. There's a million stories I could tell. But yeah, didn't want Daisy. I got stuck with her, and I'll always take care of her. But yeah, this couple, JD, Amy, and their dog Smokey, They got fucked, and not in a good way, in Honolulu. Phone's dead, shit's gone bad, and this fucking nerdy 12-year-old know-it-all fucking probably annoying kind of kid shows up and fucking helps him along.
A local couple found themselves in quite the scary situation this summer. They took a wrong turn on what they thought was a short hike and got lost. It was dark, they had no water, no food, cell phone was dead. Their 100-pound dog injured and unable to walk.
How did the dog get injured?
That's wrong.
An unlucky circumstance for sure, turning around once they came across a mother and her Boy Scout son. There are different hikes on the Waimano Trail above Pearl City. On August 29th, local residents JD and Amy took their dog Smokey for what they thought would be just a 2-mile hike. They got lost and ended up 7 miles deep into the trail. They didn't see anybody for hours, but then they ran into David and his mom, Christine, who were finishing up David's 15-mile merit badge hike just before dusk.
And then we asked, "Oh, do you need any help?" And they said, "Yeah," because then they showed us that like the dog's paws had some like cuts on it, so it hurt when the dog would walk. When the dog would walk, it would just like be really painful.
JD tried to carry the dog on his back, but it was just too heavy. That's when David's
Pussy.
scout training
That's what I was
kicked
about to
in.
say.
So we built them a stretcher using a big tree branch that we broke in half, and we used our shirts and like slid it on and
Smart.
used the armholes to fit the sticks through.
Good kid.
It's a technique David learned from his older brother, who was an Eagle Scout. Christine was
Nice.
skeptical
I
it would
actually
work.
still have my scalp.
And that's it was his idea to make the stretcher because we didn't think it was going to work because we didn't think a dog would get on a stretcher. But the dog was so tired, Smokey, that he was just very happy to get on the stretcher. We just carried him out.
Christine and David didn't have any cell service, so they all took turns carrying Smokey 3 miles back to the entrance. It wasn't easy on David, who had just played a soccer game before going on his 15-mile hike.
It was really tough, but we rotated. So sometimes we did 4 people, 1 on each side, or 2 on each side.
So as a medic, I can say this, right? You got 4 motherfuckers carrying a litter. And there's a specific story I can tell about this. Different time. If you can, if possible, you need to have at least a couple extra people on reserve, right? So you can be like, front right. And one of the extra dudes will run over to the front right and grab that. That way you can keep going. Because if you stop to rest, every time you set that stretcher down, you know, people, they're bleeding, they're dying. Plus, there's all kinds of shit going on. But yeah, front right, back left. And yeah, it seems silly, right? Like, oh, just 2 people carrying. Motherfucker, that shit gets heavy quick.
Right. Person's got what, 100, 200 pounds plus 60 pounds of gear on them.
Plus, it's not like you just woke up, did a stretch, and started. No, you've been fucking doing shit all day.
And then we went to 2 people,
And he did
like
soccer.
my mom and the man. And then we go back, and then the dog would get off and walk some, which was really helpful to let us relax.
They made it out. Smokey was able to get his injuries cared for and is now doing well. David says it's a good reminder to be prepared before hitting the trail, packing water and food, and knowing your route.
Just make sure that whenever you're doing an activity, always think of what can go wrong and how you can prevent
It's
it.
cool that he put on
His
his
most
scout
important
uniform,
takeaway?
but they could have
How
panned
good
the
it
camera
feels
down
to
to
help
show it off
others.
a little bit.
I think that when you help someone out, it's like there's something like joy in you that's just like, you know, you did something good that day.
Camera angle.
David is with Troop 311 in Kailua.
Thank you for saying his fucking troop number. But yeah, hell yeah. Good job, little kid. Right? Not calling you out or saying give examples, so please don't give examples, but you can think of times when you went and really went above and beyond and fucking helped someone. It feels good, doesn't it? Tiny, tiny little fucking thing I did. And I'm only mentioning this because you have probably done this too. Splatter has done this multiple times. And we don't realize. So I used to run a hospital. I was senior in charge. Right? It's a thing. A brigade level hospital. And I've got the keys. Everyone's bouncing for the day. I'm the last one out because I have the keys. I better be the last one out. You know?
Right.
I gotta fucking stay until everyone's done. Now, as I am fucking leaving, this kid, 20, 21 years old, he looks like someone just kicked his dog and then shit in his mouth. He does not look happy, right? Now, I'm like, hey, soldier, what's up? Nothing. Shit sucks. And his mother jumps out of the car and she's like, well, let me tell you something. And he immediately looks mortified. I'm like, oh, hey, ma'am, absolutely. Please tell me, what's the problem? Well, we drove to Fort Stewart, Georgia, Savannah, all the way from fucking Fort Drum, New York. It's Syracuse area, I believe. And we got a 48-hour pass, and we drove down here, left as soon as we could, and we get here, just got here, and they're like, oh, I'm sorry, we're closed. The records room is closed. Come back Monday. It's like, ooh, dude, that really sucks. Did you call ahead? Yes, we called ahead. Who'd you speak to? So-and-so. No, that works in the records. That person works in the records room. All right. So, what's the deal? Well, we need this and this. And all they needed was someone to fucking get their records. I'm like, you know what? Trying to get home for dinner. Tell you what. Give me your ID. All right. Give me your social security card. All right. Let me take a picture of you. All right. Tell me your date of birth. All right. Now tell me your mom's date of birth. And like, I just blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right. Fuck it. Went and got his medical records. Said, I'm not giving these to you. I'll let you make copies. And yeah, it took 30 minutes out of my day. Save that motherfucker unmeasurable amount of bullshit. It was just a little thing that was annoying for me. Made a world difference for that kid. How many times are you working at a fucking grocery store? And it's like, oh, we closed 2 minutes ago. Please, I just need to get some fucking diapers. Fine. Go get them. Ring them up. Let them go. Move on. Don't matter. You don't care. That could have been a world of fucking difference for that kid. Right? So yes, This kid got to do an awesome fucking thing and use some skills he has to help someone. That's awesome. It doesn't have to be serious, miraculous, someone stranded on a hiking trail. You can make a huge difference in someone's life by, hey, are you okay? You look a little down. And man, floodgates can open. I'm sure you can think of someone doing something little, and it just fucking meant the world to you. How many times have you done something little? Maybe it meant the world to them.
I'm not sure.
I mean, I know it's weird to think about it, but yeah. You are the star of your movie. But how many movies have that one dude that just walks by? Raymond K. Essel in Fight Club. Yeah, you never think about him again, but man, in Raymond K. Essel's movie, some random fucking dude changed his life and made him a veterinarian. Went from being a gas station attendant to a veterinarian because some random dude. Sure, in Fight Club, it's a fucking 15-second moment. But in his movie,
It was a lifetime.
It- right?
It was life or death. He facing down the barrel of a gun, and it can mean life or death. Changed his life.
now, sorry to get all dark, but how many times have I just been annoyed or a prick and fucking destroyed someone's world,
Yes.
right? I'm sure there are some specifically hurtful, horrific moments in your life that were caused by strangers. And I bet they don't even remember it because it was nothing. M. Bison in the Street Fighter movie. You killed my family. You da 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 da. He's like, for you, that was a life changing moment. For me, it was Tuesday. So yeah, it goes both ways. Just kind of a,
Got the girl is going to bed.
well, I hope you sleep well and have a lovely night. But I don't know. You got any
I don't
any
have to-
ins? I'm not asking for personal stories. I'm saying, do you have any insights into that? Like,
I mean, yeah. I mean, this whole thing of me moving here, it's kind of big change for me. It's either, facing the possibility of being alone, homeless, broke, and then was given the opportunity to change that, and now I'm here. So
I got an opportunity to reach out to someone whom I've had an ongoing friendship with, bring someone into my empty, lonely home, and kick me in the ass and make me go to a movie, which is awesome. I had a great time. You kick me in the ass and have me go to a flea market. You're going to kick me in the ass and we're going to go to a museum. Like, yes. It's fantastic having you here. I am grateful. I am thankful. It just shit lines up sometimes, man. Fucking awesome. Yes, Hollywood Morgue. Live in person.
I know. I never thought I'd be here. I knew I told you to come by and visit you and see you and
Yeah.
everything. But never think that I would be here. You know what I mean? But I make it my own. This is my own story. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
This is not, you know, your story or my dad's story, my sister's story, anything like that. The neighbor's story. You know, this is my journey.
Exactly. Read my name to everyone on here, please, man. He has a picture of Hitler, and he's talking about an old Southern Democrat group that was anti-black, anti-Jew, anti-Catholic, whom I don't support and don't like. But he's signaling out his hatred of black people. He is a slightly more creative troll than most. But yeah, hey man, good for you. Keep trolling, man. Hope it makes you feel good. If it doesn't, then, try masturbation. It works for me. Yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. I know we got a little bit deep at the end, but you are responsible for you. And I'm not saying that if you have a bad day and you say something mean and someone is hurt by it, that it's your fault. I'm not worried about fault. I'm not worried about blame. I am just trying to say that people affect you. If you say they don't, you're lying to yourself. You affect others. If you say you don't, you're lying. Be yourself. Try to recognize when you're acting out of anger or acting out of jealousy or acting out of lust or acting out of love or curiosity or kindness. Feelings are never wrong. Feelings are never wrong. Actions can be. So just try to be conscious of what feelings are behind your actions and never be afraid to express your feelings. But try to be more conscious of your actions. Anything along those lines to add, or?
Mean well. Tone is everything. And try to hate less.
Hate is very, very heavy. When you can let hate go, when you can let your hate go, you have so much more time to focus on much cooler shit. So, you can be awesome. You can be happy. And you well, you can drink whiskey.